Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today it is time for the long-awaited ranking of the Planet of the Apes movies. And this is only the rebooted, so Rise, Dawn, War, and Kingdom. So, not the old ones because I haven't seen those. Now, before I give you my ranking, feel free to share your ranking down below in the comments. And if you haven't seen Kingdom, don't worry, there will be no spoilers. Anyways, let's get started. Coming in at number 4 is the newly released Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And do not get me wrong, I still like this movie. I still think it was a pretty good follow-up to War of the Planet of the Apes. I just don't think it was as good as that original rebooted Caesar trilogy. However, I still like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think it introduced some really interesting new characters. I think the action in this is pretty good. I think the visuals, just like with all the Planet of the Apes movies, is outstanding. I think on a technical level, this is just as good as those films. However, I do think this movie lacked a little bit of a clear sense of direction, and even the passage of time feels a little bit odd. This movie just feels slightly odd. Still enjoy the movie. Still am excited to see apparently this 9-film rebooted Planet of the Apes saga. I'm really excited. However, at this point in time, it is my last place of the rebooted. Now, coming in at number 3 is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the first of the rebooted. And do not get me wrong, there's a little bit of a jump from Kingdom to Rise. It is not like it's competing with Kingdom. Rise of the Planet of the Apes did a great job of introducing us to the character of Caesar, made him really lovable and likable, and Andy Serkis is an amazing actor, and he did awesome in this role. In my opinion, I don't think he gets enough credit of what he was able to pull off as Caesar. I think it was just something special, and this movie is just as good with doing that. I think James Franco is a really interesting human character, and this also sets up the emotional journey in Dawn and War really well, where you would see how this would be personal to him of going at war with the humans, because even though he wants to protect his apes, he also cares about the humans, and he knows that not every human is bad at heart. So I think Rise of the Planet of the Apes did an excellent job of setting this all up, and it comes in at number 3. And now the top 2 of this rebooted franchise felt a little bit of a toss-up. However, my number 2 is War of the Planet of the Apes. A great closing chapter for the original rebooted trilogy. And I think the emotional journey of War is at an all-time high. Kind of honestly reminds me of when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 a little bit with Caesar. It kind of reminds me of what we saw a little bit with Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just this past year. I think the villains in these movies, the human villains, especially Woody Harrelson, were great, and they made you really despise the human characters to the point where you kind of want them to all be wiped out, even though that you know that not every human character is bad at heart. But I think the journey that we see all these apes go on one last time together was all very powerful. And even though I don't think the final battle was maybe even as memorable as the first 2/3, the final battle still did a good job of paying off everything. However, those first 2/3 when it was just dramatic and you just see all these apes at their lowest, I just thought that was all perfect. But War of the Planet of the Apes, what a great way to wrap up this rebooted trilogy, and this could have been a good ending, but obviously they kept going. However, coming in at number 1 for the rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy, or franchise, but it's also a trilogy depending on how you look at it, is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. widely recognized as the best, and I will agree. And it's funny because I saw this a few years ago at a summer camp, which I think I might have told the story a few times. So yeah, I saw this movie a few years ago at summer camp. I liked it, but I was a little bit confused. And I did think this was the first, so I thought the first film didn't give that much of an explanation. Then again, I had no idea that this was the second film of the Rebooted at the time. And then I looked it up, and it's like this is apparently the second film in the Rebooted franchise. And then when I heard that Kingdom was right around the corner, I was like, I should probably check this Rebooted franchise out before Kingdom, because I saw the trailer for Kingdom and I thought it looked dope. And then after I watched Dawn the second time, I immediately had a new appreciation for Dawn. And it does reign true that this is my favorite Planet of the Apes movie. From the progression of the character of Caesar to the awesome villain of the character of Koba, and the emotional journey where you actually kind of feel for Koba, even though you also want him to be defeated, because even though he was not treated the best by humans, you also don't want him to just wipe out. You want the humans and the apes to get along, but you know that's not going to happen, and this kind of is what started the war of the Planet of the Apes. Or War for the Planet of the Apes. I keep saying War of the Planet of the Apes. No, it's War for the Planet of the Apes. This has a great emotional conflict between Caesar, where he's clearly having an internal battle, where he wants to protect his apes, but he also knows that these humans aren't that bad, that there are still a lot of great humans out, and it just adds so much more intensity. And yeah, I think Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is just a beautiful movie, and it is my favorite Planet of the Apes film. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your ranking of the rebooted Planet of the Apes movies down below in the comments. And I do want to try to watch the early Planet of the Apes movies, especially the 1968 one. But yeah, I only have seen the rebooted, but I have enjoyed them all so far. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your ranking down below in the comments. And I will do the Tier List Tuesday that I'm supposed to do daily. I'll do that tomorrow, so I'll just start Tier List Tuesday tradition next week. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.